Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IS Academy. So today in this session we are going to discuss one of the important issue that is related to Israel and Gaza issue. Now we have seen in the newspaper that Israel has cut off aid and services to Gaza people. Now that has resulted into the various humanitarian issues. Now, my question here is Israel really using starvation as a weapon in Gaza, or is there a hidden story that the world is not seeing? For months, the headlines have been flooded with accusations against the Israelis, painting a picture of cruelty as well as war crimes. But what if the reality is far more complex? What if behind the scenes Hamas, a group labeled as a terrorist organization, is not only waging a war against Israel but also manipulating its own people who are suffering for the political gain? So today in this session, we are going to discuss into this Gaza conflict that cutting through the noise as well as outrage, the you can say there is a huge outrage with respect to this issue. So we are going to understand here whether is this a kind of certain narrative, or is there the real reason that Israel is actually cutting off the food supply as well as other services in Gaza region. Now, question here is, if it is true, then why is Israel restricting the aid? What does the role Hamas truly play in this humanitarian crisis? And what does the world seem so quick to condemn one side while ignoring the actions of other side? So stay with me until the end because the truth might just shock you. So there is wonderful article in this first post which is related to the Israel's actions in Gaza as a part of right to defend itself against the Hamas. And this article describes as Hamas as a terrorist group. So we are going to discuss this article and you are going to get so many key points as well as narratives. So this news is very important because Israel's right to defend itself countering biased narratives on Gaza war कि लोग सिर्फ हमस के ही पर्सपेक्टिव से बात कर रहे हैं, इजराइल को एक तरीके से यहां पर विलन दिखाया जा रहा है. सबसे पहला सवाल ये उठता है, व्हाई इज इजराइल फाइटिंग इन गाजा? Now the reason here is the conflict which was escalated after October 7, 2023 when Hamas attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking 250 hostages. After that, Israel responded by launching the military operations in Gaza. So what are the accusations against the Israelis? तो इसराइल के ऊपर अब accusations कौन कौन से लगे हुए हैं? So let's talk about the accusations. Now, कुछ इंटरनेशनल क्रिटिक्स जो हैं, they accuse Israel of using starvation as a weapon by restricting the humanitarian aid to Gaza. Apart from this, in this article itself, which is mentioned by first post, they are mentioning that these accusations ignore Hamas action. कि ये लोग इसराइल को तो ठहरा रहे हैं जिम्मेदार, बट ये लोग हमस के एक्शंस को इग्नोर कर रहे हैं कि हमस का रोल क्या है इस क्राइसिस को क्रिएट करने में, कोई उसकी बात क्यों नहीं कर रहा है. नाउ, so what is the role of Hamas in this Gaza suffering? Because the role of Hamas also cannot be neglected here. हमें सभी के पर्सपेक्टिव को समझना पड़ेगा. नाउ, व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ हमस? सो हमस ने क्या किया? हमस हैज एक्चुअली यूजेस द सिविलियंस. So as you can see here, what is the role of Hamas in Gaza suffering? So Hamas actually uses civilians as human shield. Human shield बनाया है civilians को. They have diverted the humanitarian aid like food, medicine, which was meant for civilian to its fighters. And apart from this, Hamas also built tunnels. As you can see here, Hamas built tunnels under civilian buildings like schools and hospitals. This is one of the most important thing that we need to understand. Why no newspaper is talking about all these things? We are just trying to show that Israel is a villain here, है ना? Now they hoarded and also they sold at aid at high prices. जो भी aid आई थी उन्होंने उसको high prices में बेच दिया instead of distributing those aids fairly. Now अब क्वेश्चन यहां पर ये उठता है that why Israel restricts aid. Now why Israel restricting the aid? So Israel used aid restriction as a way to pressurize Hamas. Now why they are using as a way to pressurize Hamas? So let me tell you, so that Hamas can release hostages. Hamas ने अब जो चीजें की हैं, like they have to release the hostages and they stopped using aid to support its fighter, है ना? एंड तो हमस कहा जा रहा है हमस ने भी एड को देना बंद कर दिया था एंड उनको हाई प्राइसेस पे बेचा था. So Israel also stopped using aid to support its fighter. So overall, if we see, that allows the unrestricted and it could strengthen the Hamas rather than helping the civilians. तो इससे हमस को और ज्यादा क्या होगा, अगर इजराइल जो है एड को रिस्ट्रिक्ट करेगा, इससे हमस और स्ट्रेंथन हो जाएगा रादर देन हेल्पिंग दी सिविलियंस. तो इसी के साथ ही साथ सीज फायर नेगोशिएशन की भी बात चल रही है. अब सीज फायर नेगोशिएशन में क्या हुआ, सो लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. नाउ इस आर्टिकल में यह भी दिया गया है दैट हमस रिफ्यूजेस रीजनेबल सीज फायर टर्म्स. दिस इज द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ इजराइल, दैट हमस रिफ्यूजेस रीजनेबल सीज फायर टर्म्स. And it also mentions that recent ceasefire deal, which is backed by the United States during the Ramadan and Passover, which is required that Hamas to release hostages and stop attacks. But Hamas allegedly, you can say, delaying and rejecting this. ये पर्सपेक्टिव है इजराइल का कि हमस डिले कर रहा है और उसको रिजेक्ट कर रहा है. Now, when we talk about the hostages, civilian casualties, तो अब इस वॉर की वजह से कितनी सिविलियन कैजुअलिटीज हुई है गाजा में. सो लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दी सिविलियन कैजुअलिटीज इन गाजा. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट सिविलियन कैजुअलिटीज, सो गाजाज हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री ने रिपोर्ट किया 48,000 पैलेस्टीनियंस आर किल्ड इंक्लूडिंग मेनी सिविलियंस. गाजा की हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री ने कहा कि 48,000 पैलेस्टीनियंस आर किल्ड एंड आउट ऑफ दैट मेनी आर सिविलियंस. अब इस आर्टिकल में यह भी कहा गया है कि दीज नंबर्स जो है, ये जो नंबर्स है, दीज आर अनरिलायबल बिकॉज हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय हमस. की हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री को कंट्रोल कौन कर रहा है, हमस कंट्रोल कर रहा है. एंड इसीलिए कहा जा रहा है दैट हमस इन्फ्लेट्स डेथ टोल्स बाय काउंटिंग फाइटर्स एज सिविलियंस. दे आर आल्सो काउंटिंग फाइटर्स एज सिविलियंस, सो व्हिच इज नॉट करेक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू इजराइल. दैट Hamas is trying to show the another perspective. They are just trying to create the narrative. Now, apart from this, इस आर्टिकल में बहुत सारे वॉर क्राइम्स एक्यूजेशंस की भी बात की गई है. ना वॉर क्राइम्स एक्यूजेशंस की अगर हम बात करें तो इजराइल को सबसे ज्यादा एक्यूज किया जा रहा है जेनोसाइड के लिए, वॉर क्राइम्स इन इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट्स. सो in this article which is published on first post, इस आर्टिकल पे ये कहा गया है कि इजराइल ने सबसे ज्यादा जेनोसाइड किया है, इजराइल जिम्मेदार है वॉर क्राइम्स का इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट में, ऐसा कहा जा रहा है. नाउ जेनोसाइड का मतलब क्या होता है? जेनोसाइड मींस intentionally trying to destroy a population and Israel's action don't fit this definition. जब आप इंटेंशनली पॉपुलेशन को डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड एज जेनोसाइड. बट इजराइल का कहना है कि दैट आवर एक्शंस डज नॉट फिट इन दिस डेफिनेशन. दैट इज व्हाई इजराइल क्रिटिसाइजेस दिस इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोर्ट फॉर allegedly टारगेटिंग इजराइल मोर देन हमस, डिस्पाइट हमस कमिटिंग वॉर क्राइम्स लाइक हमस स्टार्टेड मास एग्जीक्यूशंस, दे आर यूजिंग ह्यूमन शील्ड्स, they are killing Israeli civilians. तो इसके लिए इनको जिम्मेदार ठहराया नहीं जा रहा है, ये कहना है इजराइल का, है ना. नाउ अब इन सभी चीजों का इंपैक्ट क्या पड़ेगा इजराइल और गाजा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में? देखो, इजराइल और गाजा वॉर, इट इज नॉट जस्ट अ रीजनल इशू, It sent a shock wave across the globe, which also touched the politics, economies, as well as public opinion worldwide. Now, the first impact could be here is global, or you can say geopolitical tensions. अब यहां पर geopolitical tensions कैसे हो सकते हैं? अब अगर हम इस conflict की बात करें, this conflict actually deepens the divide between the global powers like US, UK, and European Union, who largely support Israel's right to defend itself. While countries like, if you see Turkey, Iran, and part of several global south countries, they are actually accusing Israel for committing the war crimes. Now, अब इससे क्या होगा? This actually fuels the diplomatic rift, making international cooperation on broader Middle Eastern peace efforts even harder. Apart from this, economic instability will also be there, because this Israel and Hamas conflict, this has actually threatened the global oil market, since this region is key in oil producing nations like Iran, Saudi Arab ho gaya, okay, because these nations are drawing into the tensions, and any escalation in this region likely attacks on shipping routes, and it can disrupt the global supply chains. Clear? Apart from this, it can also lead to the rise of extremism and terrorism. How? Armed groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon, apart from this, Iran-backed militias in Iraq as well as Syria, they often use this conflict as, you can say, justification for their own violence. हर कोई इजराइल पैलेस्टीन इश्यू को एक्सप्लॉइट करता है अपने आप को जस्टिफाई करने के लिए मिडल ईस्ट में. So countries in the West, they have also seen spikes in terror alert due to the fears of radicalized group who are exploiting this situation. Apart from this, protest and civil unrest can also be there. Now, mass protests have erupted worldwide from London to New York to Jakarta. As a pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian demonstrator, they clash in these streets in different countries. And these tensions actually spilled into the universities, workplaces, and even in parliaments. These things are widening the political and social divides. And this is also impacting the global institutions. Global institutions like International Criminal Court, United Nations, they are facing the credibility issues because there are accusations of double standards, whether in prosecuting Israel or ignoring Hamas action. This undermines trust in these global institutions. So this fuels actually skepticism about whether international law is applied fairly or influenced by the political pressure only. And apart from this, humanitarian crisis and aid politics. We cannot ignore humanitarian crisis. So countries are actually split over how to deliver aid to Gaza. Some push for unrestricted humanitarian access, while other, like Israel, they insist on strict oversight to prevent Hamas from diverting the resources. कि स्ट्रिक्ट करिए इन इश्यूज को क्योंकि हमस इन एड्स को डाइवर्ट कर रहा है. Now, global NGOs, global NGOs struggle is also there, and NGOs struggle to operate in such highly politicized environment, or you can say, which also slow down the critical relief efforts. And इसी के साथ ही साथ जब मीडिया और मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन वॉर होता है, वो सबसे बड़ा फ्यूल देता है इस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को. Now see, this conflict, Israel-Hamas conflict, fuels a battle of narratives on social media. Viral misinformation is there, from inflated death tolls to the fake videos. And this also popularizes the global audience. They make balanced dialogue, which is almost impossible. And apart from this, there is diplomatic fallout, like Arab-Israel normalization efforts like Abraham Accord, which have hit a wall with the countries like Saudi Arabia pausing the talks with Israel. And this jeopardizes the long-term peace initiatives and also complicates the relations or US role in brokering the regional stability. तो इसीलिए अगर हम बात करते हैं इस रीजन की ना, this issue is going to have a large impact or long-term impact. So overall, our discussion is based on the narratives. So the main point of our discussion is that Israel is fighting defensively against Hamas, which it says that it wants to destroy the Israel, and it calls on the international community to pressure Hamas to release the hostages and disarm, stop seeking Israel's destruction. So it says that peace cannot happen unless Hamas stops using conflict for political gain. जब तक Hamas नहीं बंद करेगा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पॉलिटिकल गेन के लिए, तब तक पीस नहीं आ सकती. तो ओवरऑल जब हम बात करते हैं इजराइल और गाजा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट की, तो सबसे बड़ा इशू यहां पर ये होता है दैट दिस इजराइल एंड गाजा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इज नॉट जस्ट अ सिंपल स्टोरी ऑफ गुड वर्सेस एविल. It is about a brutal clash where civilians suffers and leaders and militants, they play dangerous games here. So Israel says that Israel is fighting a defensive war. It is fighting a defensive war and they are trying to rescue the hostages and dismantling the Hamas terror network. And Hamas on the other hand, they stand accused of using its own people as human shield, turning humanitarian aid into a weapon of control. Now, the question that we all must ask ourselves in this is, are we truly seeing the full picture or just the version shaped by the loudest voices? So if you found this breakdown eye-opening, share this video. Let's start a global conversation, one rooted in the facts, not just headlines. So don't forget to like, subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And what do you think is the path to peace? Because the world needs more than outrage. It needs understanding. Thank you so much.